In this video we will be implementing put method for both employee and departments table. So we use put method to update an existing record in the given table. So let's start with departments controller, and what we'll do is we'll just copy the post method. So we have the data table, and using the connection we execute this query, and if everything is successful we are sending added successfully. For put request it will be updated successfully. And let's just copy the post method and just replace post with put. So we will expect department. The put method also expects the department object. The only thing that changes is the query. So instead of insert we'll write update dbo dot departments set department name equal to plus db dot department name plus we need an @ symbol. We have to write the where condition, so we need to update where department id equal to plus dap dot department id. So in the object we send both department id and department name, so we will update department name for that particular id. Okay. Fine. So we have update dbo.departments set department name equal to the department name which we are sending from the object. So let's test this. What we'll do is let's execute the select query first on the departments. So we have 3 rows: finance, IT and support. What we'll do is we'll change the support department to operations. So we have to change support to operations where the ID is equal to 3, right? So let's copy the URL. Let's go to Postman, paste the URL, and the method will be API/department. So we are doing it for department. Change the method type to put, and in the body we have to send the JSON method, JSON department details. So it has department ID will be 3, so we are changing the department for department ID which is equal to 3, and the department name which we want to change would be operations. So we are changing from support to operations. So we'll change it to JSON or application. Let's send and check. So we have to change the message here. It should not be added successfully, it should be updated successfully. We'll just change that, but before that we'll see whether the updation has successfully done or not. So the 3rd row is updated from support to operations. Okay, so we can say updated successfully instead of added successfully, and failed to update. Okay, we don't have to test that since it's just a change in the message. We'll implement the put method now for the employee table. Okay, we'll copy the same thing, go to employee controller, and we'll paste the method. So the thing that we have to change here is the input type, which is employee, and also the query. So we'll write the query as update dbo dot employees set employee ID. So sorry, we are not setting the employee ID, we set only employee name equal to emp dot employee name plus @ symbol and this. Okay, so we have the first column set. Let's go with the second column, comma, next we have department equal to emp dot department. Next we have mail ID equal to emp dot mail ID, and then finally date of joining equal to emp dot doj. So we have to write the condition where employee ID equal to plus emp dot employee ID. Okay. That's it. So now we can test this method. So we have the message also corrected, updated successfully, and if it fails, failed to update. So we'll call the employee put method, and in the body let's have employee ID. So what we are going to change here, we'll do one thing, we'll change the record for Sam. Okay, we'll change his department from okay, we'll change Mary, we'll change her department from support to operations, and we'll also change the mail ID. Okay, so we'll do employee ID equal to 3, and employee name will be the same, which is Mary, and we have department which should be now operations, and then mail ID sorry, it's this. We'll make it as 456@gmail.com, and then finally date of joining, we'll make it as, we'll keep it same, 2019 05/12. Fine. So now let's execute, let's send the request and check. So we got the message which is updated successfully. Let's just verify that by executing the method, so we can see that the changes are reflecting.